Hey guys, I'm Andrea, and welcome to episode 26 of Careers Are Weird. Cathy-Ann Bell, hello, how are you?
Hi, Andrew. I'm good. I'm good. Just hope I can keep up, but I'm good. How are
You're
you?
you're gonna be fine. This is gonna be a fun episode. I
Yeah.
am good, thank you very much. I'm actually sitting in the sun because um there's no curtains on this window. Let's be real. So I'm good though. So Kathy, I didn't know how I was gonna start this episode until I sent you the calendar invite for this, and you did something most people don't actually do. Most people just accept it. You accepted it with a message in response, and then I read your email signature. And I was like, okay, I know where we're going to start the episode today. So, Kathy, tell people what the tagline of your email signature says.
Okay, so we at the Upholstery Concierge are all about seamlessly reimagining heirlooms. So under the Upholstery
All right,
Concierge,
stop and pause.
okay.
Stop and pause.
Uh,
So I get an email that says, Cathy-Ann Bell, Chief Operating Officer,
mhm,
Upholstery Concierge,
mhm.
seamlessly reimagining heirloom. So you imagine that, yeah, I read your, the fact that I can say that, I read your signature so
Yeah.
many times. So tell me, there's two questions we're going to start with. Number one,
Okay. hmm
number one, what is the Upholstery Concierge? And
Okay.
number two, what does seamlessly reimagining heirloom mean?
Okay. So at the Upholstery Concierge, we are a real or an upholstery atelier, which honestly, the main business is reupholstery. So we reupholster furniture. We make some, we build, we make some, we edit if you want. We just try to make sure that you are comfortable in your home. So whatever it is, once it's upholstery, call us and we'll figure it out. That's honestly it.
Okay, so this is like for people who don't really know. This is like, and it's a very Jamaican thing as well to put a different fabric design and like rewrap your settee and your couch and thing like that. That's what you do. Like
Well,
you rewrap.
yes, we do that. But honestly, I don't think it's like a Jamaican experience, because when I had just started, I was checking out the network, checking out professional groups, and you realize that it really is a big thing in other parts of the world as well.
That's really interesting. I feel
Yeah.
like it's such a Jamaican household thing to see. Actually, to see a pretty coach is a very Jamaican thing to me because I
Yeah.
feel like everywhere else I go, people have like you plain IKEA colored couches in a sense, like a very versus you in Jamaica and you see the settee you wrap up and the settee you have personality.
And that's what I want to
Okay,
do, I want to help people bring the personality that they want to show, to the energy that they want to bring. I want to help people with delivering that message. So that's where I am.
so that's quite cool then. So, what is your day-to-day role at the upholstery concierge?
Okay, so as we said earlier, I'm the chief operating officer, which means I oversee admin and operations. Honestly, in the current role as it is, I more or less, I don't say do everything, but most things. So I do marketing, I do procurement, I do design, I do accounting and finance, and obviously I'm the main upholsterer. So it's really me who's doing the upholstery. Because sometimes that can
Wait,
be
are
very
you
confusing. Yeah,
you?
it's me. I realize I don't show that part a lot, but yeah, I do everything except the
Hold on.
carpentry.
You
Me, yeah.
hold on. You, Kathy and Bell, know how to take a piece of fabric and wrap it around a couch and a settee and make it into a thing?
I can tell you that I didn't know how to do it until I literally started. We'll talk about that story later, but yes, that's it.
I had no idea. It's
Yeah.
giving multi-talented. What?
That's what I tell you. I don't really show
That
that part because it's the dirty part. Nobody wants to see that. Everybody wants to see the finished product. How we change it into the pretty colors. How we just liven up the life. Yeah, yeah.
No, but you see, now that you said that, I'm actually very upset with you that you don't do more time lapse videos of you actually doing the thing because you could be completely viral on social media, and now I'm
I mean,
upset.
Andrew, as I said to you earlier, listen, I am not a fan. I want to. I'm a private person. Like I do this interview, but I'm not sure I'll do it anymore. It's just because it's you, honestly.
Oh my god. Careers are weird, fam. Just to put some context to this, Kathy and I went to the same high school, and I can tell you that at our high school, there was no teaching of how to upholster furniture. So, when I tell you careers are weird and you can start at different points in your life and end up in vastly different places, like I tell you, I sell fish right now, and Kathy is wrapping couches. That's what I mean when I say careers are weird. So then, Kathy, now that you are upholstering furniture,
Hmm.
that leads me to ask, what did you study to be this furniture upholsterer?
Honestly, they're not connected at all. So at high school, I did the sciences. So honestly, when I went into university, I was just like, what can I do? So I was just like, you know what? I like hard stuff. That's where I thrive. So let me try adding in some business now. And I decided to do a degree in chemistry and management studies. Only to lo and behold
A
realize
double
that
degree.
I double degree. But I realized at some point that the chemistry, doing a switch, chemistry just wasn't for me. So I actually graduated with a degree with honors in management studies. So that's what it was.
No.
They're not connected at
Okay,
all.
so your furniture upholsterer is a chemist, you guys. Just so you know.
Yeah, yeah. Scientist. I
No,
like to
wait.
say
So hold
scientist.
on. No. I have so many questions now.
Hmm.
So you're a scientist. Okay, cool. So you're a scientist that majored in management studies for business. So then,
Hmm.
what was your first job after you graduated university?
So my first quote unquote job was an internship with a marketing company, marketing consultant company. I was a marketing intern for a little less than a year. And
Okay.
honestly, yeah,
And what
yeah.
was that sort of role?
It's actually very similar to the admin part of my job right now, just in a different company. We're just in a different field.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did basically just under a year of marketing internship. I'm guessing that's a admin role, maybe
Marketing.
some social media. I don't know.
No, actually, not social media. I did a little graphic design when they needed me to, but that was it. A lot of it was admin. It was working with PR. It was making sure that the promo girls, when they go out, they know what to say, what to do, how to act, making sure that they know what to wear, making sure, actually, with that role, it was, as I said, very similar to what I do now. So I was working from home pre-COVID, flexible hours. I was living the life, girl. But it was it was a learning experience, to say that much. I came out and I came well, actually I started it a little bit before I finished my degree. So it kind of just seamlessly ran into it. So I learned, I failed, but you know, it's a learning experience.
I mean, that's what your first job is supposed to be. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to go into your first job having 25 years of experience and knowing how to do things other than like no, you're not supposed to. Your first job is that it's just that first job. So big up you. You had your 1 year internship in marketing, and what did you do next?
I had a mental breakdown at some point in that year, and I was at home just trying to figure out what it is that I wanted from life. I was, okay, kind of sort of looking for jobs, but I was just like, life is gonna show me how to just do what I need to do, because I am a person who believes in predestiny. I will just figure out, or I feel like life would lead me to where I need to be. I don't worry or stress or anything. It will just, whenever the universe, God figures it out, I'll just be there. I'll be there when.
So this mental breakdown, which I
Oh
appreciate you
gosh.
sharing that,
Hmm.
was it well, what was the outcome? Was the outcome quit the internship, or
The
how did it lead you
outcome
to your next role?
the outcome was not necessarily me quitting the internship, but the internship ended. Let's be politically correct. The internship ended as a result of the perfect storm of life. It was pre or post university depression, trying to figure out what it is that I wanted from life. It was a couple deaths in my family. It was mourning a lot of things. I just stopped. But at the same time, it was like a mental thing because I'm in me seeing all of this and telling myself to do more, be more, learn more. And then it was grief from not doing that. And it was kind of like a cycle. So whatever it was with that internship, I loved it. But at the same time, I just wasn't who I needed to be for, for it at that time, and I've learned to forgive myself for that.
Okay, no, and that's good. You have to take the time to again. I guess when you graduated, what were you like 22, 23 maximum? Like you have to give yourself grace for those years. Probably even younger.
Probably about, yeah. I was 20,
Yeah, about that.
22, 22, yeah. So I was still
Exactly.
trying to
So yeah,
figure
you
it
have to
out.
forgive yourself.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. So did you end up taking some time between the internship ending and you starting your next role?
It was about, Angel. The next role was restarting this company. It happened about 5 months after. Yeah, about 5 months after. Hmm.
Okay. So,
Yeah, more
so
question.
have you always been? Oh my, oh girl, I have questions for days. Have
Okay,
you
go
met
ahead.
me? Have I ever run out of things to talk
No,
about?
never, but I love that.
And like you've actually met me, so you know that.
Yeah.
Um, no, hold on. So,
Hmm.
did you know anything about upholstery and furniture before you decided to open an upholstery business?
No, I learned on the job. I learned how to use a sewing machine on the. Okay, let me tell you. So I went into my garage one day and I saw an ottoman that had been clearly destroyed. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not doing anything with my days. I'm here trying to figure out what I want to do. Let me strip this down and see what's underneath it. Because who doesn't want to see what's underneath furniture, right? I want to see what's inside. Is it like a pot of gold? Like, is the secret to life's answers in here? Let me see what goes on. So I stripped it down. I was just like, you know what? I think I can figure it out. Mind you, at this point in time, I don't know how to sew. I don't know how to use a sewing machine. So I honestly went to Pablo's one day. I picked up some fabric and I was just like, I can figure this out. And that's one thing about me. I believe that I can do anything. Once I have enough time on YouTube, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Trial and error, I'll figure it out. So from I did that Ottoman, I posted it on social media. Don't ask me which one right now. It was either Snapchat or Instagram. There was a picture of it somewhere. And somebody came to me and I was just like, you know what? I think I have two projects for you. I was like, okay, let me try it. And from that, clients have just kept coming. It has just been this, next one, next one, next one. So as I said, predestiny, it figures itself out. Yeah.
So let me just so you're unemployed for 5 months. In that 5 months, you went in your garage, you pick up the ottoman and decided, I'm not just going to sweep something under it. I'm going to pick it up and actually do something with it, and
Let's see
voila,
what's inside.
business formed.
Yep. Yep. I tell you, predestiny. If you had told me 2 weeks before I started this that that was going to happen, I would have said you're insane. I don't know how to sew. I don't know how to sell water in a desert. Like this cannot happen. And it figured itself out.
I'm so curious about what would have even made you think, oh, I wonder what I can strip down this ottoman into. Like,
People
do you have any artistic ability?
None, zero, zilch. So people have told me that it, I guess nurture versus nature. So my grandfather on my mom's side was a carpenter. So I think people think, okay, well, it's innate, there's something inside. But I mean, he died when I was like 5. So how much of it is nurture versus nature? Right.
Yeah, that's okay. So then, no, I didn't even realize that your second job was your current job. So
Yeah.
talk me
Yeah.
through. Let's go. You're at what, year 5 of the business now? How old is the company?
Yeah, just about 5. So that first client was about April of 2019. So about 5.5 years, if I'm doing the
All
math
right.
correctly.
So you're man, 5.5 minutes. That's fine.
Yeah.
So hold on. Let's go year by year then, because I want to understand. I think owning a business, your career changes drastically throughout the years. So walk me through year 1 of Upholstery Concierge. You get your first person who
Yeah.
message you off social media
Mhm.
and say, "Yo, I have 2 projects for you."
Mhm.
What is the growth trajectory there? What you start to do? When did you register the business? How was year 1?
So year one was the learning part of the curve. So as I said, didn't know how to use the sewing machine. So a lot of the time was spent figuring this out, figuring out how to change a bobbin. If something on the sewing machine needs to be serviced, it was learning curve. That was okay, well, you know, this job might not include sewing, so you can get through that quicker because I'm a physical person. You can strip, can staple, pull, we figure it out. We work with fabrics, we work with what it is that our clients want, and we figure it out. Um, so yeah, year one was a big part of the learning curve. Trying to find space in my house to now accommodate this business that takes up a lot of space because chairs are a
Yeah.
lot of space. You need space to maneuver them. It was learning. So I think the first 2 years, I was just kind of riding the wave of figuring it out. I registered the business in about 2021. So we didn't start out as upholstery concierge, but the name was in my heart and my soul from that first client. Because I was just like, this girl wants me to figure this out. I must get fabric for her. I must do all of these things. What am I, her concierge? And that's how the upholstery concierge just, that's honest. I tell you, it just figures itself out. Yeah.
That's amazing. And did you have a mentor throughout that first couple of years that actually, I guess, knows how to concierge upholster? Did you have a
It
mentor?
was a lot of it was, as I said earlier, the online groups. So people just share their knowledge. It was YouTube. It was me trying it physically, and if it don't work, you pull it out and you try again. So a lot of time, a lot of effort was spent. So online mentors, not a physical one, no.
Okay.
Mhm.
And in that the first 2 years, were you able to fully support yourself, or were you
Absolutely
actually
not.
making a good enough salary?
Absolutely
Okay.
not. So
Fair.
my and I can tell you my anchor in a lot of this has been my family. If I was just out here trying to pay bills, it would not work. They have supported me so much in figuring it out. I just like I want to cry when I think about it. They've honestly been my support. I can tell you that. It's not me. It's a lot of it is them. I couldn't do it without them.
Yeah, that no, and that's really helpful. And I think that's such an important thing to highlight in the podcast is that so many
Hmm.
people will start businesses, and
Hmm.
a lot of people see Upholstery Concierge now as a 5-year-old company who's doing good. They have products, they have customers, and they don't
Hmm.
realize that for a lot of founders, entrepreneurs, like CEOs, the first 2-3 years, people they can't pay their bills.
Yeah.
They're not self sufficient, but they
Yeah.
push through. So,
Yeah.
and
But the thing is,
that leads me to a question.
I was so used to figuring it out. I was so used to, well, if this don't work, well, let's try something else. And because I had their support, it was just, it took a lot from me, but I had so much to give because other people were pouring into me.
Oh, that's really nice. Oh,
So
no,
I,
I'm really
I
happy for
tell
you.
you,
No, no, no,
I was down to cry. Yeah.
no. That's fine. That's interesting though
Mm,
because it was hard. It
mm,
wasn't something you had planned, but
mm.
then I'm curious about what was your decision making point where okay it needs to either make X amount of money by April 2022 or I need to go back to corporate. When like
So,
did you ever have that sort of timeline?
I had that timeline, but I think it was by force because I can tell you that my brother is very much corporate. He is get a job. He is get benefits. He is build join the corporate ladder. He is that, and he said to me, at what point is your cutoff? Like this working or not? And I said to him, you know what? I think by 30, if if I'm not 100% sure that this is gonna work out and pour my heart and soul into it and it just flop, my 30th birthday was the deadline. I was just like, you know what? Just to get you off my back, this is it. So there we go.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you made your deadline
I
and
made my
happy
deadline.
days?
There's still some
Amazing.
hard days. We're still fighting, but we're still fighting. But, taking it day by day.
No, that's okay, but someone has to believe in the business and the business growth. So
Yeah,
you spent the first 2 years learning how to actually sew and some of the
yeah,
admin stuff.
yeah.
At what point did Upholstery
Yeah.
Concierge start to grow, and when did you hire your first employee and grow a team? Do you have a team?
Do I have a team? I have a carpenter who works with me because, I just prefer to outsource that bit of it because it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of tools, and I trust him. He knows time. I trust him, so I just outsource that part. I have a transportation coordinator who I work with who does pick up and drop offs for me. I have like a management finance consultant who is part time, I guess, but that's it. Honestly, the upholstery is me, so that's just how it is. Marketing, finance,
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, that's quite cool though. If you think about it, you went from not knowing what you're doing to actually being an employer of a team of four,
I
team of three, team of four, which
mean,
is
yeah, I guess.
it,
Yeah.
no. I mean nothing. Like literally, you've actually, as a business owner, you've generated jobs and employment, and that's quite cool. That's
And
something to be
don't let
really
me
proud of.
cry, because I don't let me
No,
cry.
but no, it is. It is. It is. You're literally putting someone's employed now because you went in on your dream and your
Not
goal.
full
Literally, that's
time,
what it
but
is.
yes, yes. We're putting money in people's
It,
pockets, yeah. The economy is,
exactly, which is
yeah,
that's fantastic.
yeah.
So okay, there's so much going on in my head about your
Okay, take
career
your
so
time.
far because
Yeah.
no, no, no. The, so the chemist turned management studies turned marketing intern turned YouTube upholsterer turned now chief operating officer. There's just so much going on in my head, and it's just
It's a
like
lot. It is.
it's a lot. But what what is your next career step? Is it growing the business? Is it expanding? What do you feel?
It's expanding. It's I want to bring a different experience to upholstery clients. I want them to be like, okay, well, I have this vision, and who is the best person to call? Kathy. Let's call the upholstery concierge and let's figure it out. I want it to be anything in your home. Let's figure it out. And I need to figure it out. We're trusting the process. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Okay, and are you all islands?
A lot of it, because we can admittedly say that you don't have to throw a stone far enough to find an upholsterer in Jamaica. So in terms of logistics, in terms of getting transportation and getting it hair, in terms of everything. Logistically, it's just Kingston and St. Andrew, or Spanish Town, or not Spanish Town, but like St. Catherine. So that's who we service right now. It's Kingston and St. Andrew, it's Portmore, it's St. Catherine.
Wait, hang on. You say you don't have throw a stone far enough. Is this a
We
saturated
don't.
market in Jamaica?
It's a hugely saturated market, and that's why we offer more. We want to make the experience seamless for our clients. We want to help
Yeah.
them reimagine their we want to help them reimagine their dearly cared for and important pieces. That's where we are.
Yeah, now that you say it. But then, is it just me or is upholstery in Jamaica a predominantly male dominated
It
field?
is just in Jamaica though. I promise you, everywhere else is a lot more women. But yeah. It is definitely male dominated. It's a lot of physical hard labor. It is.
And have you had any struggles differentiating in an industry that is typically, I guess it is male dominated in
It is
Jamaica? Have you, yeah, how have you differentiated yourself then?
by offering the best service. We make, I honestly, when I say seamlessly reimagining heirloom, we mean we want to make it as easy for you as possible. So if you want easy, if you want, uh, we stick to timelines, if you want, let's help you design this space, not just the where the space where the upholstery is going. We're designing it's a holistic experience.
I just, I can't even,
That's how I feel
yeah,
every day.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. I can't even.
No, because I talk about careers being weird and all of us doing very different random things. And
Hmm.
I feel like so many of us think in high school, in university, doctor, lawyer, engineer, or something financial, banking or accounting or something like that.
Hmm.
And if you're doing something that's not one of those four things, it's like where that come from.
But you
Like
know,
for
mhm.
me, like where selling fish come from. For you, where wrapping chairs come from. And it's just like there's so many careers out there. Yeah,
It
so go
is.
go go go.
It is. I can tell you, Angel, that when I was in high school or university, I just had no idea. I felt like when I left university, I got off this assembly line of grades, of people telling me where to go, what to do, and I was just like, so what do I do now? And that was a part of it. That was like, okay, so people just stop telling you what to do and where to go now, so you just have to figure it out. Just figured it out. Just figured it out.
They stop telling you
That's
what to
not,
do, where to go, and they start
yeah.
saying, "Where's the grandkids?" at the same time.
Mm, mm, mm. That's not like that. That's not
Okay,
like that. Uh-huh.
all right. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up soon. I've got two quick questions though.
Okay.
So, knowing what you know now, and being 5, 6 years into your career, that is your business.
Hmm.
Is there anything you would do differently fresh out of university?
I would have embraced the design part of it. Like I was so scientific for all my life. I now have to embrace this creative part, and I feel like if at the end of my learning experience I had just gone into creativity, I would have, it would have been more seamless for me. We're sticking with that theme, seamless
Yo,
for me.
you know
It's
what I'm gonna do?
branding.
At the end of this episode, I'm gonna count how much time you said seamless in the
Okay,
episode.
sure, let's go.
Watch.
Let's go that time. But yeah, honestly, and that's where it comes from because in anything, I want my clients to have a seamless experience. Anyways, so yeah, so that's it.
Okay, let's actually do another one.
Mhm.
Because so some of my listeners, you guys would know I went to St. Andrew High School for girls in Jamaica, and a lot of the
Woo-hoo.
old girls will go. They go back to campus sometimes to talk to
Mhm.
the current high school students. So, Kathy, if you were to go back to one of these
Andrew.
Andrews alumni talks, hang on, the man, wait, the man,
Okay.
and you're going to talk to the girls about what you do, and as another career option that's not
Mhm.
doctor, lawyer, engineer, banker,
Mhm.
what advice would you give them about going into a business such as this?
I feel like I feel like students now are so different from us. they have TikTok, they have different revenues, they have online. I think online was big with us, but it just wasn't, it's not what it is now. You have more avenues to figure out, what other options are out there. There's somebody on TikTok doing anything. You can just scroll and you find it. So I think for me, if I was talking to a St. Andrew High School young lady right now, I would tell them to keep their options open. You never know what life has in store. You just try it and figure it out. You're young, it doesn't work, you can do something else. I have done so many other things that led up to this spot. Video editing, we go and we do anything. I was a lab tech at one point. Like, we just figure it out. See what works for you, what doesn't. You can all create the life you want. If you like piece of this and piece of something else, combine them. We'll figure it out. Life is too short to do something that you're unhappy with.
That is so important, but also in that last statement, you also proved to me that you lied to me for the whole interview. Because at what point did you tell me that you did video editing and you're a lab tech?
Girl,
Where'd that come in?
I did video editing when I was still in high school. I was making YouTube videos in high
Oh,
school, and I was a lab tech for a couple summers at Jamaica. So we work with
oh,
bauxite, we work with all of that. So daily measurements, working with a
yeah.
lot of expensive um stuff, and you just you know everything taught
And
me
that was in high school?
something. That was in university. That was summers in university. And I'm still trying to figure out if I want to
Ah,
do the chemistry. Yeah.
okay. So lab tech to marketing intern.
Girl,
Okay. I'm glad.
everything. Journalist. We did interviews at one point. You just figure it out.
It's like you want to start the whole episode again and be like, all right, Kathy, so tell me everything you've done up until starting this. No, this is so cool. This has been such an interesting. No, this has been such a really interesting one. Careers are, in fact, super weird. And you have to just lean into the fact that you are young and you can try different things. And a lot of things, the best things in your life sometimes happen by accident. How long was that ottoman sitting in your garage before the day you decided to
Girl,
play with it?
girl, probably decades. It was a while. Yeah. I'm sure my grandma left it in there, and at that point she had died like 2 years. So, and I'm sure it was there before, way before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, guys, so many things that could really impact your life, cause you to start a business or anything like that.
Mhm.
Is probably actually key takeaway from this episode, guys.
Mhm.
Everybody go look in their garage and pick one thing. That is the key takeaway for this message. Everybody go in your garage, pick up something, break it down, and see what is this you want.
Yeah. Yeah. You know where the void is in your life. Yeah. Go.
That's the takeaway, guys. That's what you're going to do. I want everyone to send me pictures of the item they pick in their garage that they'd like to. Who knows? You might figure out that you meant to be an auto mechanic because you go in there and you open the hood of the car. Well
There we
done,
go.
guys.
Love it. Love it. Hmm.
I'm proud of all of my listeners. Oh my god. Like I'll always say, disclaimer to this, guys. I
Hmm.
am not qualified to talk about careers. Do with that information what you will. Kathy, thank you
Girl.
so much for coming on the podcast and sharing about your
It was
experience.
my absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Careers are weird, fam. I'm gonna link up everything for Kathy's upholstery concierge business. And if you are in Jamaica and you have an old settee that you know could look better,
Yep.
obviously link her up. She's got a really seamless
Seamlessly.
process for you.
Yes. There we go. You don't even have to talk to me in order to get your estimate. Just send it through. We'll be here for you. Seamless.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna link everything up for Kathy.
Thank
And
you.
guys, new episodes are out every Wednesday. So until then, stay weird and stay ambitious, my friends.